What's up, everybody? It's Make It Make Sense, and I was not expecting this. I like Kandi, but Kandi just announced she will not be returning to RHOA, so we got to talk about it. So I had to bring back an oldie but a goodie.
Make it make sense.
Make it make sense. I want to make it make one.
Big moves. Surfer. Make it make sense. Tell me how you squeeze it. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things that you say. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things of your dreams. Hey, let me work out all the things in between. Make it make sense. Tell me how you squeeze it. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things that you say. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things of your dreams. Hey, let me work out all the things in between. Make it make sense.
I remember when Kandi hair used to look like this. I fly above. I fly above. I fly. No, that want you? No, I fly above.
Okay, y'all. So we're going to get right to it because literally I was supposed to be out having a drink and I'm still waiting on my homie to show up. So I was like, okay. Shout out to Gabor who sent me this. Your boy stopped what he was doing, started researching, and yeah, it's true. Kandi Burruss announces she's leaving the Real Housewives of Atlanta after 14 seasons. She is the longest running housewife across any franchise. The longest running housewife across any franchise. To me, it makes no sense. Kandi is making in the millions, basically, to just show up, be Kandi. You know, Kandi's always gonna, she's gonna munch on some food. She's gonna keep Kenya in line, and she'll check somebody when she has to. I don't like this, y'all, but let's continue. It says Kandi Burruss says she's not coming back to the Real Housewives of Atlanta after 14 seasons on the show. I'm not really keeping up right now, she said when asked about the show. I'm not keeping up. I already said it, so I'll tell you. I decided I'm not coming back this year. It's been 14 seasons, and they allowed us to sit around for a little too long. But during that time, I had started working on a lot of other things, and I got some nice projects coming soon. So I'm super excited about those things. Real talk, Kandi's been working. Kenya's Lifetime movie, I think premieres next weekend. Nene is on Lifetime movie with Denise Richards. Porsha is living her best soft life with Florida Evans. I mean, the rest of the girls could use some work. These girls could use some work. But other than that, y'all, Kandi is Bravo waited too long. But she said, but it's not just that, she continued. It's just like, after you really have time to think, and a friend of mine was like, why do you keep doing it? She keeps doing it because it's millions of dollars. Y'all, as you come in, hit the like button. This is an impromptu live. Definitely hit the like button. She says, why do you keep doing it? And I was like, well, I think because I've just been doing it so long. Feels weird to think not to do it. So I was just like, you know what? I'm going to take a break. Let me read it like Kandi. You know what? I'm going to take a break. I'm going to take a moment. And I'm not coming back this year. Her departure comes after Love B. Scott exclusively revealed back in August that RHOA producers are looking to cast a fresh set of peaches for RHONY or RHOMI style reboot. Kandi will be missed for sure, but watch Kandi speak on it. And y'all know Kandi's like right now at the Grammys red carpet working for E!
Housewives. Tell me, what's the latest? How do you keep up? How do we keep up?
I'm not really keeping up right now. I'm not keeping up. I already said it, so I'll tell you. I decided I'm not coming back this year.
Why?
Well, it's been 14 seasons.
14?
Yeah, 14. And they allowed us to sit
Kandi's looking good, by the way. Kandi's looking good.
around for a little too long.
Right.
because it was making a decision. But during that time, I had started working on a lot of other things, and I got some nice big projects coming soon. So I'm super excited about those things. But it's not just that. It's just like, after you really have time to think, and a friend of mine was like, why do you keep doing it? And I was like, well, I think because I've just been doing it so long, it just feels weird to think not to do it.
The show is synonymous with Nene, Kandi, and Kenya for me.
So I was just like, you know what? I'm going to take a break. I'm going to take a moment.
Okay, you just said take a break.
Well, no, I'm not coming back.
Ever.
Well, I would say, I don't want to say never, because we're still going to do things together.
Y'all, Frozen, you thinking just like I was thinking. The first thing I thought was Phaedra should have just waited one more season. Phaedra should have literally just waited. My Legend Coin says Kyle started in 2010 as well, if I'm not mistaken. They haven't had as many seasons. Beverly Hills hasn't had as many seasons as RHOA. So maybe within the next year or two, Kyle will be the longest running. But as it stands, it's Kandi. Pretty Black Girl 74 says, hey, Mims and straight shooters. I love it when I have time to catch a live. I've been straight shooting with y'all for 11 months, and I appreciate you. I really do appreciate you. Whomever wants no moral Porsha back has no morals. That's funny. But we saw a few of these things coming because the headlines just kept popping. RHOA still on pause with no sign of renewal. What should Bravo do with this cast? Then people started guessing. It says, with RHOA still under hiatus and the network deciding what to do, here's what I think will happen. Kandi, Kenya, Marlo, Sheree, and Drew will most likely all be safe. However, there's no chance Bravo will throw a curveball and axe one of those ladies out. Keeping 4 and adding newbies. I like Manetta, how everybody was doing this consistently. I will not watch if Courtney comes back. That would be it for me. If Courtney ever got an actual peach, I would be done. But yeah, we were left guessing. Then Kandi started doing other interviews. It says, Kandi says Bravo still hasn't asked any of the RHOA ladies back. Says they're tripping. It's been nearly 4 months since the Housewives of Atlanta season 15 reunion wrap, and still no peaches have been picked for the next season. During a recent live broadcast, Kandi revealed that Bravo hasn't asked any of the ladies back yet, and she didn't sound too pleased. She said they still haven't told everybody who they're bringing back. Yeah, they're over here. They're being real. They're tripping. People got lives around here. We got to make plans for other things. And that's very true. Guys, typically, they would have been wrapping, because a lot of times they wrap their season around Christmas. They haven't even gotten their pickup letters yet. They haven't. I mean, I could see Mariah if she's still able to work after that lawsuit. I wouldn't mind seeing Mariah on the show. Then y'all saw they fired the producer. Now, y'all, this is the producer. Let me allegedly, if you are a RHOA fan, season 10 reunion, when Nene and Kenya were eating up Kim said, you're nasty, and that's why you're not getting a peach. Kim knew that Kenya was not getting a peach next season because she was best friends with these producers. He has now been fired. He was the production for RHOA and RHOP. He has a production partner, but this guy has more of a public persona. He's also Carlos King's mentee. And I don't know, y'all. It was in the works. People say they wanted to see Phaedra back, but Phaedra is now on Married to Medicine. So she might have run the risk of messing up. Kenya had a lot to say very recently. I want to share this with you guys. Here we go.
Find out where we are, but we're right in the SLX building.
Okay. So you're not gonna ask if you're coming back to that show. Everybody.
The Real Housewives of Atlanta. We have to know.
A lot of talk out there.
It's a lot of talk. Yes. They're getting closer to making an announcement on who's going to be staying and who's going to be going.
That's not what I asked you.
I can't. Well, I have to let them say.
If you're just coming in, Kandi made it easy. She says she's not coming back. KP says, love me some Kandi, but a thought. Do y'all think she quit because she got when they were going to ask her not? KP, I don't know, to be honest with you. I cannot see them letting go of Kenya and Kandi. I thought that the dream cast would have been Kandi, Kenya, Nene, Porsha, and bring on some new girls who aren't necessarily affiliated with any of them. Or even like a Mariah, throw a curveball in. If Phaedra could go to Married to Medicine, then Mariah could go to RHOA. She has the lifestyle. She's in Atlanta. But maybe they weren't going to ask Kandi back. Just to be honest with you, Kandi makes a lot of money. Kandi makes like millions of dollars per season. So maybe they were not going to ask Kandi back. Not asking Kandi back does open up the floodgates for new housewives to come in, because that's a big chunk of their budget.
Let them say.
All right, watch this.
Yeah,
Do you look forward to returning to Real Housewives of Atlanta?
Do you know what? If it's in my future to return, I do look forward
This
to
woman has
it.
media training.
Yeah,
she really does.
Former Miss USA. What do you expect?
I love it.
It's the first thing that we get trained on. It's media training.
Kenya, I did hear rumors that they pretty much axed the entire cast for the Real Housewives of Atlanta. How true is that?
Oh, that's not true.
Okay.
Yeah.
So some
not
people
true.
are coming back. Some people are.
That might be a true statement.
Don't get mad at me, but Marlo should have never got a peach.
So you are coming back. So we'll see Kenya on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Can we say that?
That might
Okay, that
be
might
a true
be true.
statement.
Well, I'm
Ticker's rolling his eyes. He's like looking up in the air. He's throwing his hands up. He's
I
like,
thought
I'm
we
done.
was friends. You're
I
supposed to keep it
thought.
100 with your.
What do I see? I could see them doing a full recast. If we're just being honest, all of those ladies who, the Kandi, Kenya, Porsha, Nene, they're in the millions. If they could get a dynamic cast of women who are comfortable just being themselves and not putting on the act, like everybody knows the formula now. It's always going to be an iteration of women who sit down at a table, they argue, they fight. If they can do something different, something new, something fresh, and something much cheaper, if you think about it, Bravo's biggest show is Below Deck, and that cost them next to no money to make. These housewife shows, the ratings are on the decline, except for RHO BH. So if they could do something cheaper, they definitely will. I think Bravo probably thinks like they feel about Nene. If I could make you, I could break you, and I could make Nene a star, I can make somebody else a star. The problem is people like Nene, Kenya, Kandi, Sheree, there was something magic in these women. Even Kim in the early seasons, to see her fake hair and her Bentley and sleeping with a married man, it was something new. It was something different. I personally do not want Kenya gone. I know a lot of y'all don't like her, but I don't want Kenya gone. Just saying. But that's my opinion, K-Love. I could see them axing everybody, but I hope not.
Boy.
Well, yeah, that's through text messages, but not like for the world.
Opens phone.
I also heard that Nene may be returning. Do you look forward to Nene returning if that would be a possibility for the Real Housewives of
That
Atlanta?
door is closed.
You think it's
I
closed?
mean, when you sue your employer, what do you expect to happen? It's like,
Yeah,
listen.
I don't know, Kenya. I don't know.
The ghetto. The ghetto.
Nene and Kenya were actually a good time. I know they hate each other, but when they were friends, when they tore up Kim Zolciak, loved it. When they would go back and forth before they hated each other, it was funny. I enjoyed a Nene Kenya moment. I really did. I did. Even when they were going back and forth, it was pretty good. Even when Nene was stank at the reunion.
So now why am I in it? And you could have did it.
See how I get thrown in
because you
the
never
show? I knew
apologized.
Y'all remember when Nene was mad at Kim Fields and she was like, I'm very organic. Nene butchering a word is funny. Kenya making fun of her butchering words is funny. That's light shade.
Is it a coincidence? Is it a coincidence? I ask you. Is it a coincidence?
I wouldn't mind seeing it. And then you throw in a Mariah Huck.
Receipts? Do I need to bring the receipts, baby girl? Because I got receipts.
I say bring in Tamika Scott. Tamika Scott is not afraid to get it popping. Shout out to Tamika Scott. I don't know if I offended her. But when we talked for my birthday, and we were talking about like cast and stuff like that, and I was like, we were talking about Dr. Heavenly, and she was like, Dr. Heavenly, love her to death. She gets it popping, and I was like, what do you think you were for Escape? You're the Dr. Heavenly of Escape. She was like, just saying. Tamika Scott gets it popping. Yeah, I would love to see the old version of it. Again, shout out to Gabor for telling me about this. Definitely. Shout out to Gabor, and shout out to my friend Kandi. I got to give you a call. The only reason I can see Kandi quitting is if they're bringing Phaedra back to RHA. Maybe they're bringing back Phaedra. I don't think Married to Medicine is going to give up Phaedra. I don't see Married to Medicine giving Phaedra up. Somebody said not Tamika, boo. Kandi's gone, so am I. Kandi, okay, guys. So a lot of people don't like Kandi. I love Kandi. And shout out to Kandi. She did a project towards the end of the year. It was a vision board project. I was asked to be a part of it. I appreciated it, and even being a part of it and then letting me talk about mental health. She'll definitely be missed on this show. Somebody said they can all go. Here's a theory. If Bravo announces the next season between now and a couple weeks, I believe she was fired. I said a while ago they would do this and Kandi would take another job. Kandi has plenty of jobs. Kandi has more jobs than Phaedra. And she's the wealthiest person on the cast. If Kandi never wanted to work again and she just wanted to be a family person, she could. I could take care of every one of you mama on this couch. I could. My favorite Kandi quote. My very favorite Kandi quote. I think we got another one. TG says Kandi probably over this ish. Please get rid of Marlo. I'm with you. Again, Marlo, in the early seasons, she made for good content, but in the later seasons, the only thing I liked about Marlo was what she was doing with her nephews. That's it. The only reason I can see Kandi quitting is if they're bringing back Phaedra to RHOA. Maybe they're bringing back Phaedra and adding Quad. Oh, I'm sorry. TG and Tipsy Libra, thank you guys for the super chat. Thank you guys for the super chat. I need Bravo to tell Marlo.
Thank you for your services. Thank you.
Lights out, drops mic, and walks off the stage.
That's what I need Marlo to do. That's what I need Bravo to do to Marlo. Bye-bye. But she looks nice. The work she had done and the Marlo looks great. Actually, this looks like an older girl group. What would be a good older girl group that they resembled? Maybe somebody from like 1990. Not Escape though. Definitely not In Vogue. Maybe In Vogue. They look like all these ladies look gorgeous and beautiful. Marlo looks great. The plastic surgery, the Ozempic, it all worked great. But I'm done. I would love to see Tammy back on. Yeah, that's Lisa Wu. Lisa's looking great. Now, y'all remember, they all use the same filter. So I don't want to get into a Simone situation where they were tearing down Simone for her looks because she chose to just not use a filter for the, I don't like that, to be honest with you. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, let me see if I can find it real quick. Let me see. Dr. Simone took a photo with Toya and they wore them out. They wore her out. Let's see if Heavenly posted, because Heavenly's messy and she'll post it. No, she didn't post it. So it's probably on the neighborhood talk. Y'all know the neighborhood talk is good for saying don't get me, Kyle. Me and Kyle are decently okay. But y'all know the neighborhood talk is quick to post something ugly and say we don't condone bullying, knowing good and goddamn well what he's doing. It was this photo. Dr. Simone just showed her natural face, and people were like, you need to use a filter. So then Heavenly came back with, I have a challenge. All the Married to Medicine cast, take a photo, no makeup, no edits, starting with Phaedra Parks. That's the kind of shade I love. Anyway, guys, so if you're just coming in, I'll just show you again really, really quick. Kandi has announced her departure from the Real Housewives of Atlanta. And I'm sad about it.
Housewives. Tell me, what's the latest? How do you keep up? How do we keep up?
I'm not really keeping up right now. I'm not keeping up. I already said it, so I'll tell you. I decided I'm not coming back this year.
Why?
Well, it's been 14 seasons.
14?
Yeah, 14. And they allowed us to sit around for a little too long because it was making a decision. But
if you're just coming in, hit the like button. It's a free way to support the channel. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. We are now well on our way to 125,000 straight shooters. If you're part of this channel, you're a straight shooter.
During that time, I had started working on a lot of other things, and I got some nice big projects coming soon. So I'm super excited about those things. But it's not just that. It's just like, after you really have time to think, and a friend of mine was like, why do you keep doing it? And I was like, well, I think because I've just been doing it so long, it just feels weird to think not to do it. So I was just like, you know what? I'm going to take a break. I'm going to take a moment.
Okay, you just said take a break.
Well, no, I'm not coming back this year.
Ever.
Well, I would say, I
don't. Somebody said, stop it. Let me see what you were saying. She said they took too long. I'm late. I just replayed it for you guys. Somebody said, stop it. Stop it where? Somebody said, stop it. Kandi probably didn't get the money she wanted because at first she was begging to come back. Woo. So y'all are split. We got Kandi lovers and Kandi haters and Kandi indifferent people too.
don't want to say never because we're still going to do things together.
And there you have it. Kandi has announced she is not coming back to the show. And I'm sad about it. Anyway, guys, I got to run. I will see you guys later. I appreciate you being here on this short notice live. If you're new to the channel, definitely subscribe. If you are not new to the channel, hit the like button. It's a free way to support, and I appreciate all of you guys. So have a good night. And I guess watch Married to Medicine and RHOP. Bye, y'all.